Hello, a very good evening. You're watching the news at 6 on Rajya Sabha television with me, Frank Pereira. Here are the headlines. Setback for RJD, Lalu Prasad Yadav. RJD's Lalu Prasad Yadav as Supreme Court reinstates criminal conspiracy charges against him. Also orders for fresh trials in connection with the fodder scam. Home Minister Rajnath Singh calls for unity of purpose to fight Naxalism, outlines steps to counter the menace. Sacked Delhi Minister Kapil Mishra brings out proof against Arvind Kejriwal, demands that the Delhi Chief Minister be put through a lie detector test. AAP hits back and claims Mishra is a BJP agent. Europe rejoices the win of Emmanuel Macron as French president. Euro hits 6-month high as news of his win is announced. And Virat Kohli will lead Team India in the upcoming Champions Trophy. Rohit Sharma and Mohammad Shami return to the team that has no new faces. Lalu Prasad Yadav will stand trial for his role in the fodder scam. In an order that is being seen as a big setback to the leader, the Supreme Court quashed the Jharkhand High Court's verdict, which had dropped charges against Lalu in 3 cases in the 1996 scam. The Apex Court has given 9 months for completion of the trial. In a major setback to RJD chief Lalu Prasad Yadav, the Supreme Court has reinstated criminal conspiracy charges against him and ordered 4 fresh trials in connection with the 1996 fodder scam case. Setting aside the 2014 Jharkhand High Court order, which had dropped conspiracy charges against Lalu Prasad, the Apex Court set a target of 9 months for the completion of trials. A bench comprising Justice Arun Mishra and Amitava Roy pulled up the Jharkhand High Court for being inconsistent in its findings. The court also lashed out at the CBI for delay in filing appeal against dropping of charges against Lalu Prasad. The move is a political setback for the ruling Bihar government too, as Lalu Prasad's Rashtriya Janata Dal is an alliance partner with Chief Minister Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United. His 2 sons are also ministers in the state government.
Huge faith, reverence for rule of law. The same Supreme Court gave us clean chit in a DA case. I think this hype is unnecessary. We'll face the trial. And I assure you, once the trial gives us a chance to put our version, I can tell you the same Supreme Court will have a different view once the trial is over.
Respect the verdict of the Supreme Court. Nobody intervene in the matters of the court. However, the role of the CBI has always been of criticism for the Congress days to now BJP days.
लालू यादव का अगला 9 महीना कोर्ट कचहरी तारीख हाई कोर्ट सुप्रीम कोर्ट वकील इन्हीं के अंदर इनका समय बीतने वाला है। और जिस तरह से एक मामले में लालू को सजा हुई है, बाकी बचे जो 4 या 5 मामले हैं, उन सभी मामलों में भी लालू यादव को निश्चित तौर पर सजा होगी, क्योंकि जिस मामले में सजा हुई उसी प्रकार का मिलता जुलता बाकी मामला है। यानी अगले 20 साल तक लालू यादव मुखिया का भी चुनाव नहीं लड़ पाएंगे।
The fodder scam relates to fraudulent withdrawal of 900 crore rupees by Bihar's Animal Husbandry Department when Lalu Prasad served as Chief Minister from 1990 to 1997. In 2013, a special CBI court in Ranchi convicted Lalu Prasad and 44 others in one of the cases relating to fraudulent withdrawal of 37.70 crore rupees from the Chaibasa treasury in 1994-95. Lalu was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment in one of the cases arising out of the fodder scam, as a consequence of which he was disqualified from contesting any election for 11 years. He was later granted bail by the Supreme Court. Along with Lalu, former Bihar Chief Minister Jagannath Mishra and former top bureaucrat Sajal Chakraborty will also face trial in the case. There are 3 other cases where the same charges have been made out against Lalu and others in relation to the alleged illegal withdrawal from the government treasury of Bihar, including the Dumka and Deoghar treasuries. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television. Well, moving on, now trackers in weapons and biometrics in smart guns are some of the new technology that security forces fighting Naxals may soon adopt to check use of the looted arms by the Maoists. The idea was floated by Home Minister Rajnath Singh during a meeting of chief ministers of Naxal-hit states in Delhi on Monday. He also called out for a unified command of all states to deal with the problem.
Home Minister Rajnath Singh on Monday inaugurated a meeting of top officials and chief ministers of 10 Naxal-affected states. During the meet, Singh outlined the many steps that need to be taken to counter Naxalism, saying immediate measures must be taken to stop them.
वामपंथी उग्रवादियों द्वारा सीआरपीएफ के कैंप के पास हमला करने से मैं चिंतित तो हूं, लेकिन विचलित नहीं। इसलिए आज की बैठक महत्वपूर्ण है, क्योंकि हमें समग्र रूप से चिंतन करना है कि अब हमारी सोच, हमारी रणनीति, हमारी तैयारी, हमारे संसाधनों का उपयोग किस प्रकार हो। मुझे आप पर और हमारे जवानों पर पूरा भरोसा है कि हम सब मिलकर नई रणनीति से पूरी क्षमता से वामपंथी उग्रवाद का मुकाबला करेंगे और सफलता हासिल करेंगे।
The Home Minister also called for a strategic and unified command of all states, ensuring unity of purpose in dealing with the problem. The meeting is expected to help firm up anti-Naxal strategy to fight them in their hideouts.
देश में वामपंथी उग्रवाद की समस्या का निदान किसी सिल्वर बुलेट से संभव नहीं है। इसका कोई शॉर्टकट भी नहीं है। इसलिए अलग-अलग स्तरों पर शॉर्ट टर्म, मीडियम टर्म और लॉन्ग टर्म नीतियां बनाने की जरूरत है।
Topping the agenda of the meet is the issue of recalibrating strategy to make it more effective and to minimize casualties. District magistrates and superintendents of police of 35 worst-hit Naxal-affected districts, along with the heads of paramilitary forces and intelligence agencies, are attending the high-level security meet. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Sacked AAP Minister Kapil Mishra on Monday submitted proof against Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal to the anti-corruption branch in the alleged water tanker scam. Mishra has alleged that Kejriwal delayed the probe into the 400 crore rupees scam. The Aam Aadmi Party, however, says that Mishra was making baseless allegations against the Delhi Chief Minister out of desperation after being expelled.
Sacked Aam Aadmi Party Minister Kapil Mishra on Monday submitted documents to the Anti-Corruption Bureau to back his allegations against Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal in the alleged water tanker scam. The former Delhi Water Minister said that he gave information about the roles of Kejriwal and two of his close associates in dealing the probe into the 400 crore rupees scam that dates back to when Sheila Dikshit was Chief Minister of the city-state. He also said he will next go to the CBI to submit proof.
कल 11:30 बजे CBI का टाइम मेरे को मिला है, सारे डिटेल लेकर, जो डिटेल पब्लिक करे जाने चाहिए थे, जिनके कारण एविडेंस में कोई गड़बड़ नहीं होती, जांच में कोई प्रभावित नहीं होती, वो मैंने सारी देश की जनता को बताए हैं कि सत्येंद्र जैन ने पैसे दिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने पैसे लिए, मेरी आंखों के सामने लिए और अपने घर के अंदर लिए। उसके अलावा जो डिटेल जांच को प्रभावित कर सकते हैं, इन्वेस्टिगेशन को प्रभावित कर सकते हैं, वो सारे डिटेल सील बंद लिफाफे में कल सुबह 11:30 बजे सीबीआई के दफ्तर में जाकर देके आऊंगा। शिकायत ऑफिशियल एफआईआर दर्ज कराऊंगा और गवाह बन के पूरे मामले में खड़ा रहूंगा।
The Aam Aadmi Party meanwhile hit back at Mishra, calling him a BJP agent. The party said that Mishra was making baseless allegations against the Chief Minister out of desperation after being expelled. AAP leaders also alleged that the centre was trying to destroy the party.
आज जो भी बातें कपिल मिश्रा अरविंद केजरीवाल को फंसाने के लिए बोल रहे हैं, वो वही बातें बोल रहे हैं जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी बोलती है, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी एसीबी के माध्यम से करवाना चाहती है, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार को बदनाम करने और फंसाने के लिए लगाना चाहती है।
The allegations against Kejriwal has prompted the BJP and the Congress to call for his ouster. A BJP delegation met Delhi Lieutenant Governor Anil Baijal on Monday to discuss the issue. Congress, on the other hand, demanded action against Kejriwal on the basis of the Shunglu Committee report.
इसके पीछे के भी सारी रिपोर्ट, शुंगलू कमेटी की रिपोर्ट्स भी इनको भ्रष्ट बताती है। 97 करोड़ के लूट भी इनको भ्रष्ट बताता है। इसको ध्यान में रखते हुए अब इनके ऊपर कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए और वो कार्रवाई इस्तीफा से कम नहीं होना चाहिए। या तो इस्तीफा दे दें या फिर इनके खिलाफ सीबीआई इंक्वायरी हो।
इसलिए हम लोगों ने उपराज्यपाल को आज सैंक्शन के लिए हम लोगों ने कहा है और उपराज्यपाल महोदय से हमने सैंक्शन मांगा है प्रोसिक्यूशन के लिए, ताकि प्रोसिक्यूशन के सैंक्शन लेकर के हम लोग एंटी करप्शन ब्रांच का जो डेजिग्नेटेड कोर्ट है वहां पर हम जाएं और एंटी करप्शन ब्रांच के डेजिग्नेटेड कोर्ट के सामने हम सीधे के सीधे एफआईआर लॉन्च करने के लिए कोर्ट में गए।
NCP workers also held protests against Kejriwal outside the Delhi Secretariat, demanding his resignation. Kapil Mishra was sacked as the Delhi Water Minister on Saturday. A day after being removed, he claimed to have witnessed Kejriwal 2 crore rupees from Health Minister Satyendra Jain in another case. He has also demanded a lie detector test be conducted on the two based on his allegations. With inputs from Anu Diwan, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, let's now go across to our correspondent Anu Diwan, who's standing by at Kapil Mishra's residence. Anu Diwan, what's the latest in the Aam Aadmi Party saga?
Frank, just now Kapil Mishra has held a press conference where he alleged that Arvind Kejriwal, where he named out Arvind Kejriwal resident, those who are involved in the land deal. And Frank, here I would like to tell that Kapil has came out openly against Arvind Kejriwal, saying if Satyendra Jain goes to jail, will Arvind Kejriwal resign from his seat or not? Frank, there is one more information regarding this, that at 7 o'clock at Arvind Kejriwal residence, PAC meet, that political affairs committee meet is going to held, where the PAC is likely to decide on the future of Kapil Mishra in the party. Meanwhile, Kapil Mishra has given an open challenge to Arvind Kejriwal to go for the lie detector test or resign or to quit from the party, from the government, if Satyendra Jain goes to jail.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you so much for joining us there with those details, Anu Diwan. But let me go across now to our guest on the program, Aditi Fadnis, political editor of the Business Standard. Welcome and thank you for joining me on the program. You know, everything seems to be going wrong for the Aam Aadmi Party over the last few days. First it was Kumar Vishwas, now of course it is Kapil Mishra. What's happening within the Aam Aadmi Party, Aditi?
Well, it's a very sad day because I really believe that the Aam Aadmi Party did fantastic experiments in governance, which if they had been fully seen to fruition in the arena of education, in the arena of health. After all, this was their cachet. This was what they marketed in Punjab to get them the kind of vote share that they did get. Sure, they didn't form the government, but it's quite remarkable for a new party to get the kind of endorsement that they did in Punjab. Right now, I think what is happening is that there are a lot of disgruntled elements who are unable to stomach the defeat in the MCD election, feel that Arvind Kejriwal has no longer has the eye on the ball, and feel that they are as good, if not better, positioned to lead the party as Arvind Kejriwal. I think to some extent we need to understand Arvind Kejriwal's limitations also, and also understand the mistakes that he may have made. From the outside, it certainly looks as if he did not give enough people the chance to ventilate their grievances. The Aam Aadmi Party was such a successful experiment only because everyone felt that they had the right to say what they wanted. And they, I think, in somewhere along the way, they felt that volunteers felt that they had lost that right, and that only a very few people were being listened to by Kejriwal. Everyone who has left the party or has parted ways or has left in disgust or otherwise, or has not made an issue of it but has quietly left, everybody is saying the same thing.
Sure.
So everybody can't be wrong.
Fair enough, you know, but for someone who put up this brave fight and who portrayed himself to be the champion of the entire corruption cause, these are just allegations as of now, but still they are serious allegations, and they're going to, you know, they're going to hinder his progress in the near future.
Well, we have to also see where these allegations are coming from. Mr. Mishra did not think of these allegations when he was firmly and comfortably ensconced as Chief Minister, as Minister. I believe he's been holding meetings of Aam Aadmi Party volunteers in his house possibly even considering setting up a ginger group within the party. This is what we've heard. If this is true, then I think Aam Aadmi Party leadership was quite concerned about this and felt that there was some kind of a coup being planned against the Kejriwal leadership. But what is disquieting is that Kejriwal is such a big leader. He has given so many innovative ideas in politics. He has a degree of credibility. Why should he be afraid of people who are plotting to sideline him? He should say, okay, come, let's talk. But that has not been the case, whether it has been Yogendra Yadav, whether it has been others who have left the party. That has not been the case. There has been counter allegation, and frankly all this really reduces the credibility of both parties.
You know, going forward now, how do you see this entire issue panning out? Do you strongly believe that the Aam Aadmi Party should just stick to its work, continue doing the good work and let its work speak to the people rather than get embroiled in such kind of a boxing match?
You've said it, Frank. That is exactly what I think they should do. There are a lot of people in the Aam Aadmi Party who are quietly doing their work, and there's a lot of work to be done. So I really feel really sad because all that work will go to waste. We all know what BJP's work has been in these past years, both in the MCD as well as outside. The Congress did some innovation, but it was not enough. So I think Delhi is a modern city. It needs a modern outlook. It does not need this kind of nitpicking and, you know, and counter allegation. You need to be generous. You need to be large-hearted and just overlook criticism when it's being directed even against you or your top leadership. If Kapil Mishra had been heeded, and if he obviously felt that he was being sidelined, he was being some sort of a neurosis, for the lack of a better word, which was bothering him. Maybe he should just have been called, just as Kumar Vishwas was called. The attack on Kumar Vishwas was carried out by an MLA who has subsequently been promoted.
Sure.
So it's all, I mean, there was a degree of politics. Maybe the same thing should have been done with Kapil Mishra.
All right, we'll have to leave to that. Thank you so much, Aditi Fadnis, for joining us on the program and putting things into perspective for us. Remains to be seen, of course, what really happens within the Aam Aadmi Party. It is for the Aam Aadmi Party to really sort out its mess. Well, it's time for a short break now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries.
Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha television. Well, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has exuded confidence that the problem of stressed assets of banks will be resolved with the newly promulgated banking ordinance. Speaking at an investor summit in Japan on Monday, Jaitley said that the government will dilute its stake in state-run banks to 52% once the health of the lenders improves.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley expects a resolution to the escalating bad loan problem following the promulgation of the banking ordinance. The new ordinance empowers the RBI to order insolvency proceedings against defaulters and create committees to advise banks on recovering non-performing loans. Jaitley also clarified that the government will be open to providing funds for banks' recapitalization. Speaking at an investor summit in Japan's capital, Tokyo, Jaitley said, "Once the health of the banks improves, we have announced that the government will be willing to bring down its own equity in the banks to 52% and that can be used for banks' recapitalization. Experts say that it remains to be seen whether the ordinance to the Banking Regulation Act fixes the NPA problem after several steps initiated by the RBI failed to yield desired results. Public sector banks' cross-bat loans rose by over 1 lakh crore rupees to touch 6.07 lakh crore rupees in December 2016 from 5.02 lakh crore rupees at the end of March 2016. The government has allocated 10,000 crore rupees for recapitalization of the NPA-laden public sector banks for 2017-18.
Since Reserve Bank of India comes into the picture, then there is a third entity which is cross-checking what is happening. The question here is, Reserve Bank is a regulatory authority. It is not a commercial bank. Does Reserve Bank have the necessary expertise and manpower to handle such cases? This is to be seen.
The ordinance, which amends Section 35A of the Banking Regulation Act 1949, will have to be placed in Parliament for approval in the upcoming monsoon session. It has inserted Section 35AA and Section 35AB in the Act. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Moving on to some international news now, where Emmanuel Macron has been elected as France's youngest head of state since Napoleon after beating his far-right rival Marine Le Pen in an emphatic result that will have far-reaching consequences for Brexit and Europe. 39-year-old Macron won almost two-thirds of the vote, showing a clear path to the Élysée Palace for the pro-EU centrist who was a political unknown until 3 years ago and has never held elected office.
French President-elect Emmanuel Macron addressing a huge victory rally in front of Paris's Louvre Museum and very symbolically taking to the stage to the European Union anthem Ode to Joy. Speaking to thousands of supporters, he pledged to represent French values in Europe and the world.
Je vous servirai avec humilité, avec force. Je vous servirai au nom de notre devise, liberté, égalité, fraternité, dans la fidélité de la confiance que vous m'avez donnée, je vous servirai avec amour. Vive la République! Vive la France!
39-year-old Macron, a former economy minister who ran as neither left nor right independent, took over 65% of the votes to his rival Le Pen's 35%. His victory was hailed by his supporters as holding back a tide of populism after the Brexit vote and Donald Trump's victory in the US election. His election also represents a long-awaited generational change in French politics, where the same faces have dominated for years.
Ils attendent que partout nous défendions les libertés, que nous protégions les opprimés. Ils attendent que nous portions une nouvelle espérance, un nouvel humanisme, celui d'un monde plus sûr, d'un monde de liberté défendue, d'un monde de croissance, de plus de justice, de plus d'écologie.
As Macron addressed his victory rally, his rival, the anti-EU Marine Le Pen, took the stage in the east of Paris to give a quick speech to her supporters, conceding defeat. Despite the wide margin of the final result, Le Pen's score nonetheless marked a historic high for the French far right. The anti-immigration, anti-EU National Front supporters asserted that the party had a central place as an opposition force in France.
J'appelle tous les patriotes à nous rejoindre afin de participer au combat politique décisif qui commence dès ce soir. Plus que jamais dans les mois qui viennent, la France aura besoin de vous. Vive la République, vive la France!
Tant bien que la défaite elle est douloureuse, il faut savoir l'accepter. Aujourd'hui, ça n'a pas marché. On est digne de la déception et de la défaite. Bon, on attend de voir ce que Macron va donner, le système.
What's crucial to note is that voter turnout was the lowest in more than 40 years. Almost one-third of voters chose neither Macron nor Le Pen, with 12 million abstaining and 4.2 million spoiling ballot papers. Macron, who has never held elected office and was unknown until 3 years ago, is France's youngest president. Next Sunday, he will take over a country under a state of emergency, still facing a major terrorism threat and struggling with a stagnant economy after of mass unemployment. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Well, Emmanuel Macron's victory has also ended a tumultuous campaign that had undermined the euro and raised real doubts over its continued survival. European leaders breathed a sigh of relief after the result, given Macron rival Le Pen's anti-EU stance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi joined world leaders in congratulating Macron for his victory.
A dance party in the French capital as Parisians celebrate victory of Emmanuel Macron, their new president. But it is not just the French who are rejoicing. There has been a palpable sense of relief among European leaders. Macron ran on a pro-European platform. His rival, Marine Le Pen, by contrast, had threatened to pull out of the single currency platform and hold a referendum on France's membership of the EU. After the result, European Commission Chief Jean-Claude Juncker tweeted, "Happy that the French chose a European future." The euro hit a 6-month high against the dollar on Monday. German Chancellor Angela Merkel said Macron's win was a victory for a strong, unified Europe. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also joined the world leaders in congratulating Macron. He tweeted, "Congratulations to Emmanuel Macron for an emphatic victory in the French presidential election. I look forward to working closely with him to further strengthen India-France ties." US President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping also tweeted their congratulations.
Und ich habe ihm gestern auch bereits telefonisch zu diesem Erfolg gratuliert. Emmanuel Macron trägt die Hoffnung von Millionen von Franzosen, auch von vielen Menschen in Deutschland und in ganz Europa.
Well, I've congratulated President-elect Macron, and I sent him a text, and I got a response back thanking me for the congratulations and looking forward to working together. So.
After Brexit and Donald Trump's ascent to the presidency in America after campaigning on an anti-globalization platform, European leaders believe that Marine Le Pen's defeat is a strong sign that Eurosceptic nationalism is now fading away. But big challenges stare Macron ahead. His party, En Marche, is less than a year old and is starting from scratch. France's youngest president also needs to unify a nearly obliterated traditional left and allies from the right who voted for him simply in rejection of Le Pen. The voters also hope for reforms to tackle France's economic malaise. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And finally, some sports news now, where the BCCI on Monday announced a 15-member squad for the ICC Champions Trophy 2017 to be held in England and Wales. Rohit Sharma returned to the national slide after recovering from a thigh injury. Shikhar Dhawan, Mohammad Shami and Manish Pandey also made a comeback into the team that will be led by Virat Kohli. Ace off spinner Ravichandran Ashwin, who skipped the IPL due to injury, has also been included in the squad. KL Rahul, meanwhile, missed out due to injury. India is the defending champion and will play their opening match of the Champions Trophy against arch rivals Pakistan on June 4th. That's it on this newscast. Have a good evening.